So welcome back to our channel, that is AI Next Generation. This is the part 2 of the series of the Python for the AI ML. In the previous part 1 we already seen the introduction to the Python, how we even we how we have seen the different type of things, why the Python is really getting too much famous, and what is the use of the Python nowadays for the AI ML. Okay, so this particular part is basically for the installation guide, how to install the particular Python and how to install the Anaconda Jupyter for your particular whenever you will do implement the AI ML code or something that's related to the building a model or deploying something the model. You can use anything, you can use either Spider, you can use either Anaconda Jupyter. It's up to you, either you can use the PyCharm. I will show you from where you can just directly download these all things. If you are using the Mac, so by default you will use the by default you have the Python version, you can just check it out. And for the particular window user, okay, so for window user you can just go to this particular link. I will show you. Actually, this is the my website. From here also you can just read the different type of blogs. Okay, so now we will start with the particular Python first one. So from where you will just install the Python, so you can just go their original website, that is a python.org. Okay, so you can just click on the downloads. So my particular I'm using the Mac OS, so I can just download 3.10 or your wish. Okay, so currently I'm just using the 3.8, that is really stable version as compared to the 3.9 or 3.10, because they have some bugs in that. So it's up to you. So whenever it's up to you which particular version you want to use. Either if you are using for the Windows, you can just directly select it and you can just download and just click on next. It you can just easily download this one. Okay, that is really easy. So even if you are if you are using a Mac particular operating system, so what you can just write here, you can just go for the terminal and you can just see what Python version you are using. Okay, you can just write Python version for that. Clear? So I have 3.8.8. Okay, so that is by default Python version already has been installed in the Mac OS. You don't have to download this thing. Okay, if you are from the Mac OS, or if your Python version is really low, like 3.5 or something 2.7, so you can just upgrade this thing by downloading this all Python package. Okay, so this is the really that's related to the Python. Now we will go for the where you want to write the code, that's related to the if you are writing the code or if you are just building the model, that's related to the AI ML. So what you are doing, you can just use the Anaconda. That is the best, you can just say, among the all the editor that's for the AI ML. Okay, so in the particular Anaconda Jupyter, it's really user friendly. Even you can just write the code for the data analyzing or for data visualizing, or whether if you are just building a model, so you can just do easily with the help of Anaconda from the starting purpose, you can say. And even you can just use the PyCharm for whenever you are building a huge model that's in the using the Python coding, so you can use the PyCharm also. Okay, so it's up to you. So I will just suggest for the initial you can go for the Anaconda Jupyter. Okay, so Anaconda, and in that particular you can use Jupyter notebook for that. Okay, so you can just go to download and you can just get start. Okay, so whenever you see, so you can just download this. Already I have there in my MacBook, so I don't need things. So I will just re-download this one. So yeah, so you can just click on that download, and it's like it's only the next you can just do, and it will be installed in your particular terminal. If particular this particular Mac, if I'm using if you are using a Mac OS, then it will be installed in your Mac. I can just say. So if you are from Windows, you can just open there in the, if you are using the Windows, then what you can just open, you can just write there Anaconda Navigator. Okay, for that. And from there you can just easily use the Jupyter notebook for that. Okay, so even I can just use for this particular, see, you can just see if I'm going for the Anaconda Jupyter. So here it will open, and here you can just see it will be like Jupyter notebook and something that's related to the Spider. So you will have different kind of stuffs editor. So I will just suggest you for the initial, you can just use the Jupyter notebook for that. Okay, this is the Jupyter notebook you can use for there you can just see you have Spider, you have orange, you have data lower. So there are various kind of stuff. So what you can just do, various kind of editor. So best way, what you have to use, we have to use the Jupyter notebook for the initial purpose. Okay, so it will be like quite easy for you. Okay, so even I can just show you by launching this one. It's really easy. You can just see this thing, and then after that this appear, and then after you can just go select a new Python, and this is your the Python version. It already has been there, and you can just write, you can do the coding or we can do anything. Okay, You, if you want to use the panda, this is the libraries of the Python. Okay, so we are going to see this type of stuff in the coming videos, so we will go more depth that's related to the Python. So this was only the introduction part where, sorry, this was only the installation part where you want, I have said about the how to install the Python, how to install the Anaconda Jupyter, and even if you are using the, you want to use a PyCharm. Okay, so if you are from PyCharm, so you can just go and you can just directly install PyCharm IDE. Okay, for the Python, it is also the best IDE. You can just directly download and you can just use this one also. For the initial purpose, I will just suggest you go for the Jupyter notebook. Okay, it is like quite easy for you. Yeah, so that's all for this video. I think it's for really easy installation. You can, if you can done with the installation part, then you can move to the part 3 series. Okay, so from the next video we will start the regular what is the Python, and from the first video we'll start with the string, what is the string in the Python. Okay, so okay, so that's all for this video. Hope so. If you like our video, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.